art by John G. TV.
Welcome back to Gear Chat. Welcome back to Gear Chat University. Ding.
About every week I tune in to Gear. You and you. Every week I tune in to Gear. You and you. Every week I tune in to Gear. You. Cut that off, John G. Stranger things are happening. Welcome back to Gear Chat University. I am John G. Listen, man. Super Booth hype is finally over. Listen, I'm sorry, y'all. I couldn't do last week. My head was spinning. Like, I was just left and right. Just, I had to calm down. I had to really just calm down. So, it's finally over. I got a chance to breathe and process. And just take it all in. Because it's like so much. And by far, Super Booth, I think it's like the second year in a row, maybe even the third year in a row, that Super Booth is like way better than, what's the first one? Whatever that first show is. And I understand that one is for manufacturers mainly, or distributors mainly. And this one is more for the users, I'm guessing. That's why it's kind of better. But yeah, the main thing I just want to jump right to it. Y'all see the title of it. The Pulsar. I think it's the Pulsar 23 by Somar, I guess it's called. The people that made the Lyra 8. Man, listen. Now, for all of those that have been with me from, the earlier days, do you recall me saying that it would be tight to have a modular drum machine? And I was like, I don't know how it would work. And then, some of the comments were, people basically saying, I don't know how that would work, And I didn't necessarily know how it would work either. So speed it up. Maybe the next year and a half later, DFAM comes. Now, to be honest with you, I kind of feel like Moog, it's kind of like a marketing scheme, if you will, because it's not really a drum machine. Like, I like the fact that it's different. It's different than what we know a drum machine to be, right? And so it requires you to think differently, but really it's just a synthesizer. That's all it is, that operates in a certain way, more so than it being an actual drum machine. The Lyra 8, and I'm sorry, DFAM is modular. So that is a modular, quote unquote, drum machine, but really not a drum machine. However, this Pulsar 23 it's more like a drum machine while yet still being modular and touch capacitor. I don't know if that might have just made that up, but you can touch it with some prongs to make it modulate as well. So you can patch in, and you can also like use your hand to like control some of the sonics. And I think they kind of figured it out. At least that's what I saw. What I saw gave me that's it. That's the secret sauce of it. Having tracks and then having a looper that's essentially kind of infinite or non. From what I saw, it's a looper that's based on you playing, not a looper based on measures. It's not a measure looper. It's just a open source looper. Maybe that's the way of saying it, or open looper. I'm trying to figure out a way I could phrase that, but not a measure looper. Most loopers are going to lock you into a grid. This is unlocking the grid, from what I saw. So you could just play and then loop whatever you just played. So I'm so geeked about this machine. Like, this really, like, sonically, I feel like you can do some nasty stuff with this, and we haven't even got to what's going to happen when you start to run it through some pedals or whatnot, like, or running through other synthesizers. Man, listen, the Pulsar 23, I believe, will do very well. It's going to be it might go down in history, like as being something like the 808 was back when Roland dropped it. Like, this could be that piece because it's so different and nobody has done anything like it. And as far as I'm concerned, now that I see it, it seems like everybody else should jump on. Like, okay, okay. To looping in tracks is the secret sauce. That's how you make a modular drum machine. So now the cat's out the bag. Now, who else can come up with something that kind of, fits that user interface, but then add in something different, adding in their different elements or whatnot. So I feel like they've kind of let the cat out the bag by, it's glad that they're the front runners. If I were them, Somar, I believe the company is, I would already be thinking about the next Pulsar 20 to 24 or whatever you want to call it. Because other people are going to start, I would think other competitors will start to try to mimic or make their version of it. So to kind of jump ahead of that, I mean, I'd already be thinking about the newer one that's going to be different, and look at all the things that you kind of maybe missed on the first one, and how can you make it better and different so that you can have your own 808, 909, whatever classic piece. So Pulsar 23, maybe come out with the Pulsar 24, something like that. So yeah, Somar, I believe that's the name of the company. I would start immediately. I would start thinking about the next drum machine, like seriously. And just to release it into the world, into the universe. I hope somebody else comes out with something like this. So yeah. That's the Pulsar. I'm really geeked about that. What else did I see that Super Booth? I'm kind of winging this right now. I kind of had a little list in my head, but I kind of lost it. The Pulsar drum machine. What else? I just saw this thing called the Black Box sampler thing. I guess is somebody, I don't know the maker of it, but I guess this particular maker started out making Eurorack modules. And this is his first standalone desktop sampler synthesizer. Listen, just go look and check it out. It's called Black Box. I personally don't like how it looks. Just kind of looks uninspiring. It has a screen with 4 knobs and then like 5 buttons, and that's it. So everything is pretty much on the screen, and you working it in that way. Now, when you check out Enrique, I believe his name is, I might be saying his name wrong, but when you check out his channel, he loves it. And so far, from the few people I've seen talk about it, they seem to like it. I just don't get it. Maybe it's one of those devices where once I get it in hand and use it, then I can see like, oh, okay, now I see. But just looking at it, I mean, it just kind of looks meh. But the price is $5.99, which is the same as his Eurorack modules, which you know, that whole Eurorack module or the Eurorack period is just a man. That wormhole is, I don't know which worse, the Eurorack modules or the pedals, but those two wormholes are. I feel like pedals you can kind of get after you know, you start to digest all of these different pedals, you realize, all right, it ain't but so many effects. And so then once you start to really look at it, it's only certain few pedals that really stand out the crowd. All the rest of them just kind of, there's a lot of overlapping. I mean, how many reverbs and chorus pedals and tremolos and how many times you gonna make this stuff? Like, he just keeps making the same thing over and over and over again. So it's kind of, it gets just redundant, like, really. I feel like pedals are really hustling the picture on the pedal, like the literally like how the pedal looks. That's like part of the hustle. Like, that's part of the marketing. I got to put some are look nice, some they put cheesy pictures on it, just something to make it eye catching, I guess, and then give it some crazy name. It seems to be like the whole pedal hustle. But whatever, it's like a serious wormhole between pedals and modules. However, the pedals are a little bit more obtainable, much more affordable. But the Eurorack modules, man, you talking about getting pricey real quick. I'm talking about with the gypsiness, quick. What else? Black Box, go check that out. It's like a groove box sampler. Here lately, I'm really, now you guys have been telling me for about 2 years, maybe even 2.5, 3 years now, John G, check out the Deluge. When I first saw it, I wrote it off because it looked like some kind of knockoff push, and I just kind of rejected it. Just like, what is this? Like, somebody copying the push, man? Like, that's the first thought I had, and so I was just like turned off by it. But from what I'm seeing, the Deluge is very much like the Circuit, in that it is not what it was when it first came out. It just keeps getting better and better and better. And at this point, I am ready to go all in. I probably would be in if Sweetwater were to carry it, but I don't know if the company is big enough to handle or to deal with Sweetwater, or if they just don't mess with them. They just want to keep it, you know, firsthand. Whatever the reasoning is, they don't have it, because if they had it, I probably already have it, because I can, you know, work out my payments and whatever. So, but I do believe I'm going to put that on the list. I think that before I rolled it off, now I think I'm definitely going to go after that. Like, it's cheaper than the Octatrack, but comparable to the Octatrack, and it's battery operated. Yeah, I got to have that. I'm seeing too many people, like, I think the Deluge will ultimately be a great piece of gear. However, it's taken a while for it to catch on because of, I would say, the marketing, like the name and like who is this company, and you know, once you used to dealing with Korg, Roland, Akai, and you know, Native Instruments, once you kind of locked into certain brands, you like, who is this over here, fam? I don't know him, you know. But I think in the end they probably already doing quite well. I don't think they're struggling. I think they're doing well. But they definitely probably should be doing much better, because that device seems to be dope. So I can't wait to get my hands on it one of these days. What else? Dreadbox. Forgot the name of it, but the black version. Oh, the NYX. The Dreadbox NYX 2 drop. Kind of seems the same as the first one, but I guess basically they just opened the modulation up and it has crazy reverb on it. I like the fact that it's in line price-wise with the other second version, the Erebus 3, because initially they wanted more for the original NYX and the Erebus 3. They wanted more for the NYX for whatever reason. And by far, I think of all my gear, that NYX so far is number one when it comes to making that sweep where it goes. I love that sweep. And so far, that NYX, nobody, I haven't, none of my other gear can do what that does. Like, it really goes low, and you can just go slow, and it's real, like, mesmerizing how it, builds up when you're coming up that frequency. That's why I'm always putting that video on there showing the NYX, because I just love that sonics. Like, I just love it. But yeah, so the second version of that, the NYX is out, ready for pre-order. At Sweetwater and all your manufacturers of choice. What else? There's so much that dropped, man. I mean, finally now we're starting to hear the 909. The RD 909 is starting to be heard. The 808, we've been known about this for a while now, and I keep looking up to see when it's going to drop. And from what I saw, it's going to come. It was supposed to have been released in March. Here it is, May. Still, they haven't dropped it. So, I think it's gonna, if the price is gonna stand or hold at $299, I think this thing is gonna fly off the shelf. And I don't know what it is that they're doing. If they're just trying to get it right, or if they're just really trying to, make however many 1,000. I guess they're trying to fill orders because they're gonna go. And so now the 909 is being talked about. So I kind of feel like the 808 will come this year. The 909 will probably come next year. Is what I'm guessing. If not the year after that, because they're slow. If they've been on the 808, the 909 could very well come in 21 versus 20. So we'll see. But nonetheless, I definitely want to get my hands on it. I like how they look. I don't really care about this whole. Did y'all see the lawsuit? Speaking of which, did y'all see the lawsuit where Behringer sued Behringer now? I read it, I about fell out my chair. Behringer sued somebody on a forum. I don't want to say it was Reverb. Syntopia, I don't know. It was some forum where there was like chat. Somebody was in the chat talking, and apparently I'm hearing it was maybe a Dave Smith instrument or a Roland engineer in the forum, basically talking trash about Behringer, downing them, right? Defamation of character. And Behringer sued them, right, for this. Now, I don't know how you can sue somebody for commenting, but I guess they're suing because this person was an engineer, like on the other, you on the other side, up in the public, starting some mess, basically, saying this and that and the third. I just thought it was funny that Behringer is suing somebody for talking bad about them for cloning, when in fact that's what you're doing. You are cloning, so it's like there's no secret there. But I guess what the thing was is everything they're doing. So this is what they call it. This is what I read. It's called reverse engineering. It's called benchmarking. So what they do is they reverse engineer it. Meaning, I'm going to take what you built, like the iPhone, right? Oh, this is the iPhone. Okay. I'm going to look at how you built it, and I'm reverse engineering it. So now I'm going to add, right, what you don't have. So your phone or your device is just a benchmark. So as long as I don't make exactly that, then I can't be sued. So if you copy me and just change a little bit and make it your own, it's your own now. Because this is the way I was reading it. Now maybe if I'm slightly wrong or if I'm completely wrong, please let me know. But this is my understanding of reverse engineering and benchmarking, is that they saw what it was, and this is what I heard that basically the Chinese do. They'll take something, they'll break it apart, see how it was built, and then rebuild it, but better. If I take it apart and see how you did it, like, oh, okay, this is all right. So then I go back in and make my own, tweak it here and there, and now I got like, oh, wow. very similar, inspired by, but not exactly the same thing. What they say about that whole slogan, the best compliment, flattery is whatever that, you know that. I'm botching it right now, but you know what I mean. The greatest something, copying is flattery. You get it. I'm messing it all up. I'm not even gonna try it no more. But something like that. Google it. All right, Google it. For those that know, get a good chuckle. Get a good chuckle because I just botched the adverb. The adverb? Is it called adverb? Proverb. I'm tripping. Proverb. Adverb. Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, back to it. What else? That rolling, man. I mean, chord, man. Made that module, man. I'm so pissed that chord. Y'all could have did that shit day one, man. Why y'all delay it like 2-3 months now? Oh, y'all marketing ploy. Y'all knew about it when it wasn't like y'all didn't know. Y'all knew. Chord, you knew. And then you gonna drop it later. You could have just released all the information at once, letting us, the users, make a more proper decision. No, they gonna come out and release one real sneak like 6 months later. Oh, we got the module too, and it wasn't even no big rollout. It was just like, oh, what? It was just there one day on the shelf because they know what they did. What's this? Out of order, man. I mean, I kind of like it, but that's so bogus because I'm on the short end of the stick. Trying to reel me in to get both pieces. I know what you doing, man. So bogus. What else? What else we got? So many gear, man. There's so many companies out here that's not, the mainstream. It's, oh my God, it's just the UDO. I mean, just all these different keyboards that was released. Superbooth was definitely a doozy. And speaking of which, I saw Bo Beach there. And I believe he said this was his first time. He was there representing or sponsored by Reverb. So that's a good look. I see this. He putting in his work. The fruits of his labor is paying off for all the work he's putting in to see him being sponsored by Reverb. So that was a good look to see that. But just from going off of what I'm hearing from everybody, man, it seemed like quite a daunting task to take this on and think that you can, quote unquote, cover, this event, especially as a single person. So when you see Nick Batty, this is the kind of thing where you look. I need about 5 interviewers, 5 cameramen. Like, you need a team to really cover it properly if you're gonna do it. Because if one man does it, not only must you be efficient and precise, you have to be diligent and have endurance, because it's nonstop. So I believe it can be done one man guerrilla style, maybe a 2-man team. Y'all can thug it out and just knock it out. However, I do plan on going this year when it comes. So hopefully I get to be my first time stepping out and meeting the people. So I look forward to going and checking it out. But I'm going into it with the ideal of, well, first off, I'm not trying to cover everything. That's not who I am. I'm not Sonic State. I'm not trying to be Sonic State. I'm John G. This is John G TV. So I'm going to go to where I want to go. I want to see what I want to see. And that's it. And then if I get, what's this? Okay, all right, but I'm gonna organically let things flow, right, and see how it go. But I'm definitely going to see like that Pulsar. I'm gonna see that firsthand and touching. What else? Some of the pocket operator stuff, the 400 system. Listen, all the toys, just about all of them, I want to see and I want to hear and I want to play with. But as far as coverage, I think my coverage is going to be a little different than everybody else's. I can tell you that now. I don't want to do it like everybody else. So look forward to that. But I'm trying to figure out now, how am I going to do it? What's going to be my game plan? It's the first time. So, if you figure anything out by me by now, is things will change over time. I am not going to be the same every time because I just, switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Razzle dazzle. What else? What else, John G? Y'all saw the Uno drum? I rolled it off. I said, they want 50 more for it. Why? It should be $199 like the synth. That was my statement 2 weeks ago. Again, shout out to Bo Beats, because it was because of him I saw this. He talked about it and he said, oh, by the way, it was like at the end of the video. I'm like, nope, I don't want it. Don't want it. Nope, still don't want it. I don't care what you say, Bo. I don't want it. But I watched the video and right at the end, he said, oh, by the way, it has control all. What? Excuse me? I didn't hear what you say. You said control all? So yeah, you can mangle and muss about it and put it back. Oh, you ain't got to explain it to me? I don't need no explanation. No explanation needed, sir. I heard you loud and clear. You said control all. Control all just might be worth $50, people. I am a performer. I love to perform. And I know the value and the power of control all. So that, my friends, has allowed me to put Uno drum back on the list. Control all. Although it's not called control all, I went and looked on the machine. It's called select all. Same thing, different wording. But yeah, Uno drum. Y'all got me. I'm in. Count me. What else? What else we got here off the top of the head, John G? What am I missing? Am I missing anything? What am I missing, y'all? Am I missing something?
Art by John GT. Art by John GT. Art by John GT.
Never fails. I'll cut the video off and be like, oh, I forgot to talk about. I meant to say. That's why, kids, you want to be prepared. You want to write stuff down. Don't do it the John G way, thinking you can just keep it in your head and just come off the cuff every time. Write it down and have a script and be more prepared. Don't be like that John G guy. He's unscripted. What else did I have? What else did I have for you? I think that's it. The vocal new bass, out of here with that. I think I said 2 weeks ago I was all in on all the vocals. I can't do it, man. I heard just about everybody I done heard played it. It's literally, I think it was, okay, so shouts out to Loopop. I think I want to say I saw him do a video with the new bass. And when I tell you it was 13 minutes of the same damn sound, just different variations of it, I said, wow. I'm thinking that I'll get it and I'll find the non-acid tones, okay? Because if you haven't figured it out or if you don't know this, the vocal bass makes that acid sound. So I don't even know why this new bass, like, who even, I don't understand, because the vocal bass already does this sound. However, the vocal bass cannot do that sound, though. It can do it and it cannot do it. You can dial it in or you can dial it away. This is just all acid, different sounds of acid. Like, it was the same, whatever that means. I don't even know what that, whatever. That's sonic, all right? I can't stand that sonic. And the entire video, no matter where he swept the dial, it all just sounded different variations of that. And I'm thinking, I can on with that crap. No, he showed me enough to know I'm not getting that vocal. And they want $199 because y'all put, what, tube technology? Man, get out of here, Corey. That's bogus. Man, nobody want to hear that. I understand why you charge $199 for the modular. Because it's modular, it comes with cables and a lot of patching. Okay. But for the new bass, why would you charge? But then you want $149 for the vocal drum. The vocal drum is worth $199. And I take it for $150 and I thank you, Cord. But $199 for the new bass? That's disrespectful to the vocal drum. So disrespectful. The vocal new, but now if you are acid base, again, whatever that means. But if you're an acid base lover, hey, congratulations. You have a machine that is built for you. Okay? It is built for you, pimp. All the way around. If that's your Sonic, that is your device. I wouldn't even question it. I wouldn't think about it. I would jump in so fast. That's you. With that being said, thinking in the future, if you see me with a vocal bass, it's the only way I can see somehow of making it for me is to run it through some pedals. I'm thinking the EQ so that I can dial in some sonics, right? And then another pedal on top of that. But that's just a lot to have to add on to already a $200 piece of device that I don't like how it sounds. Like, why would I do all that just so I can salvage the sonics to my taste? I don't know if it's worth it. Matter of fact, it's not worth it. Other than just to say, I have all the vocals. Other than that, there's really no other point in me even talking about this damn vocal bass. New bass. Whatever. What else? I think that might conclude it, y'all. I think I done talked enough. I think I've talked enough. I don't know what else I might have to say about what. I will say this. Instagram. IG. Instagram. I'm on there, man. I'm trying to get my Instagram popping. So I'm just a creator. I love, I'm a creative person, so I love to create. And when I get tired of music, let me talk about that for a second. It's a hot second. Music drives me crazy after a while. I don't know about y'all, but you know, even if I did this as a job where music was my job, I would have to have some kind of outlet because it drives me crazy in that it's time. It's all you locked into this grid and after a while, I just started to go crazy, man. I gotta step away. Like, this shit is driving me nuts. Constantly dealing with the grid and same thing with working out. After a while, I'm getting tired of the counting. Just all this, counting to 10, the counting. Man, something about that just like over time. I'm talking about if you go to the gym every day or, whatever, for 6 months straight and you're doing a lot of reps and you're doing a lot of counting. After a while, man, that fucking counting. So I'm kind of that same way with music. I need a break. So my point in saying that is I'm a creative person. I like to create. Whether it's with my hands or with my mind or something, I love to create. So Instagram is where I'm doing a lot of posters and digital art, digital editing, photo editing. I just grab other people's IG pictures and I'll just, hook it up the John G way. And so go check out my IG, John G TV, for more entertainment, for more content. If you're interested in such a thing, if you're interested into the digital arts, go check out that. And also, I'm going to also once things really start to roll, because I'm still stuck in the mud, as you can see. But once things start to pick up, it's going to be postings on there as well, as far as reviews or demonstrations and things of that nature. So please go to IG John G TV and sign up now. This is John G TV, and as always, what, John G? As always, have fun. May you have a great week, a great weekend, a great holiday weekend. Spend time with the family and friends. Maybe even do a little grilling. Was that rhyming right there? A little grilling. Do a little grilling. The weather done finally broke. Oh, somewhat. Well, I tell you. Sheesh. John G TV. Everybody out there that has saved up their twos and fews, you finally got that piece of gear. I hope it's everything you want it to be, and you making great music. Continue making great content. Let's keep it going. I inspire you. You inspire me. I inspire you. You inspire me. I inspire you. You inspire me. You inspire me. I inspire you. You inspire me. I inspire you. I inspire you. You inspire me. John G TV. Gear Chat University, baby. Oh.
Every week I tune in to Gear Chat.
You.
I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Every week I tune in to Gear Chat.
You. I love y'all, man. John G. I'm out.
I'm out of here. Fade to black. Cut that shit off, John G.
Yeah, you see, John G,
Art by John G. Art by John G.